Oh, well, let me start by saying the last video everybody was saying they couldn't hear me, and I could see why. I could barely hear it either, so I figured I'd get on this side of it and kind of give you my views through my perspective, literally. How about the big political taboo? Israel, Aipac. Should Jane Harmon be prosecuted? You bet your ass. I mean, she was literally bought and paid for by not only a lobby, but international spies. International spies that was being followed by the CIA because the wiretaps on her ass that got her busted doing what she did was legit. Court-ordered wiretaps. Because of the two spies from Israel that got busted in the Bush administration. I'm not sure if it was the Justice Department or what branch. But under the Bush administration, there was two Israeli spies captured in our government, and it got very little play. Political taboo. That's the thing. Everybody's talking about, hey, we hate lobbyists. Get rid of the pork. How about that big-ass lobby, Aipac? Talk about influence. I would say that's the biggest story here. And it's a story that nobody will cover. Is how much influence does Aipac have in this country, and how much damage does it do to us as far as our foreign policy? I mean, when Aipac is actually funding and supporting the expansion of Israel, which means punking Palestinian land, let's face it, that's exactly what they're doing over there with their little settlements. Their settlements is literally going into Palestinian lands, putting a military border around what you're building, build it, and then guard it and call it yours. It's now a settlement, which our nice media likes to refer to as quaint neighborhoods. You know, what would you do if that shit was going on in your backyard? That's what I mean. Some of the things that Israel does and the responses it gets from other countries, say Iran, for instance. Everybody talks about Ahmadinejad saying that he wants to wipe Israel off the face of the earth and all this. Well, look at it from his perspective. Israel came to the United States and said if we didn't bomb Iran's nuclear facilities, they would nuke them. Now wait a minute. Israel is going to nuke them? Maybe we should have Israel inspected for nuclear weapons, because if we don't want the Middle East to become infested with a nuclear arms race, and if Iran has them, it's a threat. Why isn't it a threat if Israel has them? I mean, last time it wasn't Israel isn't number 51. Their expansion and stealing, trying to punk land from somebody else is what's causing the biggest hatred between the Muslims and the Christians. Oh, and then there's the biblical thing. Yeah, that's what I mean. These people play religion as a tool to get people to go to war, utilizing propaganda, lies, and bullshit, and yet these are the same right-wingers that want to try to claim moral high ground? Give me a break. Jane Harmon, send her ass to jail. Aipac, investigate and find out how many other politicians they have under the thumb. Because there isn't a politician in this country that doesn't kiss their ass. And it's for good reason. They got political clout. The question is, do they have too much political clout? And how much does Israel weigh on our foreign policy? I mean, let's face it, a lot of people like to use the word Zionism. Zionism, in a way, has become like liberal. Nobody knows the true definition of a Zionist. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, if somebody says, well, yeah, I'm a Zionist. Well, does that mean you're for the expansion of Israel or just the existence of Israel? Two-state solution, which means Palestine has a defined border between Israel. And some people think, well, that's fine. That would qualify under Zionism because Israel continues to exist. Another point of view from the same type of people that call themselves Zionists would say, no. They need all that Palestinian land or their biblical bullshit isn't fulfilled. So that's what gets me. That's why Israel and the truth about what it does is taboo. And in my opinion, that is the real question that everybody should be answering. And it is the one question that will never be answered. You know, everybody likes to demonize our so-called enemy. Hugo Chavez, for instance, South America. What has this country done to South America? Went in with a bunch of natives that didn't know what they were sitting on, played them for fools, and stole their oil. Now they realize what the fuck we did in the past and say, now wait a minute, you know what? That oil's underneath our dirt. We're going to control it and feed our people with it. That's why we hate Hugo Chavez. From any logical perspective, he's right on the goddamn money. Now, if you're sitting there in Iran and you've got the good old big badass United States saying you're the axis of evil and everybody needs to hate you, well, put yourself in their shoes. What would your opinion be of the United States? So this Billy Badass bullshit talk from the right wing is what causes 99.9% of our problems, whether it be foreign policy or local supermarket.